So hi everyone, welcome to very interesting video of secure blue teaming, right? So right now we have learned a lot of things. We have learned initial access, and we have learned security audit and documentation, how to do all those things. We have fixed some sort of codes, right? And we have implemented security controls in the last video. But right now what we are going to do, we are going to look for patch management, how exactly it works. So this is today's topic, patch management, right? So what exactly we are going to do here in this video, in this basically practical video, we are going to teach you how to implement patch management and why this is important. So let's get to the lab that we have. So here we are in the lab. So first of all, we will understanding what is patch management. So patch management is a process we are managing the updates of the software. Suppose if we have any software, like, so we need to update the component, operating system kernels, and we need to update the Linux environment. So this is very critical, right? This part is very much important because if you are not going to patch the things, right, the things will be not installed. Okay, the things will be not working fine, because patch is something when cyber criminals are just taking benefit of something which was not updated, right? So that's why patch management is very much important. So in this, exactly this series, we are going to learn how to configure the Ansible for automating the patch management, so that patch management will be done automatically. We'll be understanding how to use Copilot for centralized system monitoring uh, system, how to implement automatic update and maintain the security compliances. And at the end, we are going to manage a WordPress environment with the WP-CLI for software update. WP-CLI basically accessing WordPress with command line interface, right? So let's get started. So at first, we are going to use Ansible, right? So let me tell you what exactly Ansible is, so that you will be having a very small idea what exactly it is and why we are working. So we call it Ansible. Ansible is basically an open source automation tool which is used in the IT to automate the task. You can Google it out, you will get a very detailed what exactly Ansible is. You can see open source platform to remote configure and managing computers, right? So as I told you, this is used in IT tasks, right? Basically to configure the management, application deployment, and infrastructure services, all those things. So first we need to generate a SSH key pair on the server, right? So let me show you how exactly we can generate the SSH key pair on the server. So we need to first open up the terminal. Okay, so it's opening. Yes, we have the terminal. Now we need to enter the command SSH key gen, right? You can see it has been created, and this is the random image which is generated, right? And basically when you that I've typed the enter, right? So basically when you do all those, you need to enter 3 times, right? So that like it asks for the password and all those things which was defaultly set, so it will proceed to the next step. So you are able to see the public SSH key. So you need to copy the public SSH key to the client to allow passwordless authentication, right? Here you can see all those things. Now we need to for copy all those things, like since we are not we are not going to touch much GUI, we are using to use as CLI. So we need to enter up the command SSH copy ID Ubuntu. Username is Ubuntu user, as we can see here, and then @ IP address 192.168.1.1.100. Once I enter, you can see all those things. So when prompt to confirm the server, you need to type yes. Okay, then yeah, it's asking for the password. Password is PASW0RD. In my case, this is the password. So you can see we have entered the password and it has been created. Now the question for you is, like, if you have instructor those who are guiding this course, then you need to just tell them what is the answer. They will give you a sort out. What is the purpose of SSH copy ID command that we have used? Okay, we have used on the top. We have used SSH copy ID command. What exactly it is used? So basically, it append the public key to remote servers authorizations key file, right? So this is what we have. Let's move to the next. Now we need to test the communication with the node. So proceeding to the update the Ansible host for the file to include the client, we need to enter the command sudo nano slash etc slash Ansible slash host, right? This is basically to update the Ansible host file to include to the client, right? Let's enter a password is asking, we need to enter PA. So you can see the things here right now. Now we need to enter the couple of things the bottom of the group of the client machine, right? So where we need to find out where the client machine, my clients. So here basically what we are going to do, we are going to define the group and the client machine, right, which is going to access the thing so that they will be accessible and we'll tell them that this is what they're going to access it. Okay, so I just enter my client Ansible host name, and this is the user, right? If you want to save, control O for saving the thing, then you need to enter key and then control X, right? So it has been saved. Okay, so it has been saved successfully. Now we need to test exactly if the Ansible is communicating with the managed host or not. Then we need to type of the command Ansible my client minus M for ping, right? So we'll be pinging exactly if they are communicating. In short, we are just testing like Ansible can communicate with the managed node or not. So you can see here it's showing successful, right? There was a error in the file that I've created. There was multiple space, so I just make it wrong, make it deleted, right? So you can see successful client one Ansible fact, and it's in ping pong, which is response that we are getting. So if someone is going to ask you what is the value that data in the ping module, then you can say it's Pong, right? In ping module, you can say it's showing Pong, right? Now we need to create a playbook. Why creating a playbook, right? Why is it important? Because Ansible playbook are basically the Ansible core configuration, right? Which is for the deployment for the languages. So playbook basically provide a scriptable, repeatable, and easy to understand means of defining the basically infrastructure and application environment of our process. So creating a playbook file is basically used to check the updates by using the command. We can use this command nano home ubuntu user check update YML. Now we need to enter a basically YML content to define the playbook, right? This is what you need to enter up, right? You can see here. Now control O, enter, control. Let me see if it's correctly saved or not. Yes, it's correctly saved. Now we have saved the changes and exit the text editor that we have nano. Now we need to we have check updates.yml to run this. We need to use the command Ansible playbook check update yml ask become pass, right? With the password and all those things. Let me enter up. So hopefully it's asking for the passwords. In my case, password is AWSW0RD. Let me enter. So you can see play update fact client working. It's all the things are working properly. So here is a question. What is the name of the play in the Ansible run? So the answer is update system package. If someone will ask what is the name of the task in the Ansible run, so you can say gathering. It's basically showing you some sort of thing. This is the main thing. What exactly someone is going to, what is the name of the play in the Ansible run? Then it's update system package, right? Now we need to add server using Cockpit. So I'll tell you what is Cockpit. Though this is Cockpit project. Basically, Cockpit is an open source web-based graphical interface. This is used for the management of Linux server, designing, and this is easy to use. It's very easy to use, right? And it actually allow you to system administration and user to perform various tasks on the other servers without needing deep commands line knowledge, right? So that's what we have. We need to open up the Firefox browser at first. So we have this one, right? Here we have, then enter the IP address. This is what we need to enter, and the port number is 9090. You can see it's showing something. Click on advance, just accept the risk. because like it's not something we need to worry about. So we have used Copilot to actually so it doesn't require a deep you can manage the basically the web servers whatever you have. This is open source thing, and by using this you don't need much technical knowledge like command line interface and all. Now we need to log in. So here we are. So we have logged into the cockpit using the system credentials. In my case, it was Ubuntu user for the username, and password is password, as I told you earlier. Now in the cockpit web interface, you can see there's a lot of things. So we need to click on the option add server, right? You can see. So we have gone through the dashboard. Now you need to add server. Click here. So this is the IP address of the server that I have. Let me add. You can see it has been added successfully, Ubuntu 19. Now you can see it's successfully running, right? So you can see a lot of things, how the traffic is, all those things we are getting, right? So right now we are Ubuntu 19, which is the latest server IP that we have entered up. You can see the logs, you can see the storage, networking, and all those things that we have. So it's basically checking for the packages update. This is, you can see CPU uses and memory of the server. So right now the name is Ubuntu 19. So if someone is going to ask what is the name of the newly created server, then Ubuntu 19 is what we have, right? That we have created right now, where we have entered the IP address of the server, right? So this is how you can see, and this is the CPU uses of blue is for one before one, and for the latest one it's green, right? You can see the memory, you can see the network, and you can see it, this input output, how the server is communicating. Now the main part, very important. That's what we have used Copilot, so that will be not need to do a lot of coding part, so we can do a lot of things manually from here. Right now we need to install the updates. So first you need to connect with the Ubuntu server, right? So let's go to the terminal. So this is command ssh ubuntu user address. This is the IP address of the server. So this is how we are going to communicate. So let's type pwd like we are already in the machine 1 to 19. So if we'll type pwd, like recently we are already connected, right? So if you'll click pwd, it will show you the present working directly. In my case, it's home ubuntu user. Now once you're connected, it's good, like it's a good practice. Now we need to update the packages list and upgrade the packages that need the upgrading, right? Which is so that the patch will be fixed, and then we can have just come to the repository. So for that we need to type of the command apt get update. In my case, it's password, right? It's working, it's updating right now. Here you can see, so it has been updated successfully. Now guys, we were doing the manual things. Now we need to configure the automatic updates, how the things can be automatically updating. So for that we need to first we need to check out which packages are actually eligible for an upgrade is valid, right? For that we'll type sudo apt list upgradable. So this will show you what are the valid packages that can be upgraded, right? So if you want to enable and configure the automatic update, we need to add the conf.d file that we already, if you're using Linux, then probably you will be familiar with this file, because a lot of times we need to interact with this thing, right? For that, just open up with the nano, right? Here you can see, I just enter up twice. So we need to open up this file with, there is a auto upgrades we have created inside the conf.d. We can see here. So guys, here we need to ensure the file contains these lines, right? Should be upgraded packages, and we need to change some values here, right? For update package list, for that we need to change the value. We need to keep it 1 instead of 0, right? App periodic download upgradable packages, we need to keep it 1. Then here auto clean interval should be, let's keep it 7 seconds. And let's see if there is an unintended upgrade, then 1 should be there. Then control O, enter, control X, right? So it has been saved successfully. Now it's like auto upgradation is enabled, right? So it's good to go. Auto updation we have configured for the file. Now the question is, which command actually helped us to verify which packages are available for upgrade before enabling the automatic update. So what we have used, we have used upgradable, right? Apt list upgradable. So that's what you can see, like what are things which can be upgraded. Now we'll be using the WP of use of we'll be understanding what is the use of WP CLI. So I'll tell you exactly how to use WP CLI. What exactly it means? This is a command line interface of WordPress website. If you have a website, then you don't have to do the things manually. You can do via terminal as because we are the pro users. So right now, as we are inside the server, so we can enter the command to actually list out what are the themes that we have. So this is the command that we have, wp theme list, path is srv www WordPress. This is the path that we have inside the root, right? And www is basically the world wide web path. So these are the names that we have, which is Reykjavik is active, and else is unactive themes, right? Now let's see what are the installed plugins that we have, right? So this is command again the same directly, and WP plugins list is basically instead of theme you need to type it, and here you can see the list of plugins that we have. This is active, advanced custom fields it's active, Akismet is inactive, Beaver build is active, although hello is inactive, and all those things. You can see commerce, e-commerce, WooCommerce is active, right? And all I guess is updated 3.3, right? No, it's not updated, so probably we'll be seeing all those things as well. Now if you want to update all the plugins to the latest version, like you can see all most of them are outdated, like 6.2.6 is the version that we have, but the new version is this one, and auto updates are disabled because we have not done till now. Okay, it was for another thing. So the command is sudo wp plugin update dash dash all, and this is the path that we have, right? Plugin should be used for the plugin, right? You can see here downloading and unpackaging, installing, all those things going to the terminal, right? Before that we were doing via the user interface in the previous video, but right now we are doing with the CLI, right? You can see yes, it's old version updated 6 of 6 plugin, all plugin has been updated successfully. You can see the status as well. So what was the version of WooCommerce when it was not updated? It was 3.3.5. Now we'll be seeing how to enable the auto update in WordPress, right? We have configured a lot of things, Copilot, Ansible, and all those things. Like right now, we're feeling like how it can be updated, right? So let's see how the auto update can be done for the WordPress. Now we need to open up the Firefox. We need to enter up into the URL. This one is correct, and WP admin is the default path that we have, right? So just erase it out. Let's enter up. You can see here the login interface of the WordPress. Let me enter up the username, the password that I have. So I just enter up into the WordPress admin panel that I have. Remind me later, I don't want to update all those things. Here we have the WordPress admin panel. So once we are here, we need to go into appearance, then we need to go into the theme to enable the auto update, right? And this is the theme that we have. Just go on this part and new update is available. Just click here, and you can see there might be option enable auto update, right? Here you can see, so that whenever there will be update, it will be automatically updated, right? So let me click here. Auto update has been enabled. Now for the plugins, go on install plugins. Now whatever you want to update, enable auto update, right? So it's the manual process that we have. Enable auto update. I highly recommend you all guys to always keep it auto update enabled. Right, so here we can see auto updater has been enabled for each and every plugins that we have. So yes, it's all like when there will be any update, WordPress is going to update all those things, right? So that's what we have. So that's what we have for this lab. So some of these things might be complex for you. So if you have any question, you can ask your instructor. Probably there is something where you can message, right? But in case if you're not going to get how to get the answer of your questions, you can simply message VIH group on Instagram so that our team can help you out. So thank you very much for watching this video. Have a great day. Jai Hind.